The time has come, even more quickly than could have been predicted, for so-called President Biden to resign, to be impeached, or to be removed with other legal means. In addition to jeopardizing our national security and subjecting our population to disease, with all of the illegal immigrants coming across the southern border, uncontrolled, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, now he's really done it with regard to Afghanistan. You can question whether or not we should have been in Afghanistan for 20 years. That's a valid question. And the answer is probably not. We should have gone in there, taken care of Al-Qaeda and the Taliban, and moved on. And there are other allies in the region that could have dealt with the issue. But the way that Biden is allowing for a carnage to occur in Afghanistan, the way he has pulled American troops out, leaving everyone vulnerable of the Afghan forces and otherwise in Afghanistan, allowing the Taliban to seize our very sophisticated military equipment, which will now be going to Iran, Russia, China, the rest. The image on the world stage of the Americans abandoning their allies and doing it in haste, panicking, having to withdraw our embassy. Biden has committed treason. Plain and simple, he's committed treason. And we will present this as well to our citizens' grand jury and seek his indictment, try him, convict him, and seek to have law enforcement carry out the sentence. And you know who may carry out the sentence? The military itself. And the families of those who died in Afghanistan. Think of it. If you're a military family, a Gold Star parent, and I represent several of them, and had your son die in Afghanistan and see this, think about how you're feeling today. Think about the rage that you must feel with regard to this brain-dead president who could care less, who's at Camp David probably with Hunter playing cornhole. This is what we're dealing with today. By the way, I'm quoting a congressman who just said that on Fox News. This is more than an outrage. It is a huge offense against the United States and its people. It's an offense against the military. And remember, just about 2 months ago, 140 plus retired admirals and generals sent a letter to Biden, seeing that he was pushing this country towards socialism, borderline communism, atheism, and radicals of every stripe. And they told him, shape up or ship out. I don't want to see it. No one wants to see it. But if any president has ever created a condition for having the military, the rank and file, remove him, then this is it. These are frightening times. And we at Freedom Watch are going to use peaceful and legal means to hold this so-called president accountable. It is not an excuse that he's old, infirm, brain dead, likely has the onset of Alzheimer's, can't even walk around the White House gardens without getting lost, even when the Secret Service shows him where to go. This is criminal in nature. It is a crime, not just against the people in Afghanistan that wanted a country to exist short of being controlled by terrorists, not just the women now who are going to be raped and pillaged by the Taliban, but also the American people, where our national security is at stake, because the Taliban and Al-Qaeda will reconstitute in Afghanistan, and that will be a threat to the homeland as well. So this is where we are today, on top of everything else that I've said, in whether it's podcasts or YouTube videos or whatever, in light of our citizens' grand juries, in light of our third continental congresses, and you can see what we're doing, and you can read my book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry. It is yet another example of how the American people have been abandoned by their so-called government. And where are the Republicans today? They're off vacationing, summertime vacation, as this outrage marches on and continues. We have no government. And when in the course of human events, the sovereign no longer represents the people, we have a God-given right under the laws of nature and nature's God to alter or abolish that government and to form a new government by and for the people with equal rights for everyone in pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. The time now is to rise up, to go our own way, and we're deliberating that at our Third Continental Congress. You can see that at freedomwatchusa.org. And those people in the current so-called government that are honest and ethical, they can join us. Let's do what John Galt did in Atlas Shrugged. Let's go our own way and regroup and reform this nation in the vision and creation of our founding fathers. That's my message for today. Sober up, ladies and gentlemen. Many of you are probably on the golf course or tennis courts or swimming pools thinking all this is going to go away. It isn't going away. It's getting worse. And if you care about your children and grandchildren and future generations, even if you're retired, get up off the couch and do something. You may go across the finish line before things go under for the final count, but your kids and grandkids are going to be living in a virtual hell. That's my message for today. Go to freedomwatchusa.org, read my book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry, join our citizens' grand juries, support them, our class actions against China, against the FBI, which is being used as a Gestapo to round up anybody who dissents to the Biden and Harris regime, and everything else that we are doing affirmatively. We will not rest until this country is restored to what the Founding Fathers had in mind on July 4th, 1776. They're turning in their graves as I speak. But we don't intend to turn in our graves. We intend to right the ship of state and to save this nation. God bless you. God save America. Remember, the Father and Son will only help us if we help ourselves. Now is the time to try men's souls. We don't need summer patriots and summer soldiers. We need real warriors to peacefully and legally save the nation. Thank you for listening to me.